As gun violence in America has churches considering security plans, one East Texas pastor has a unique perspective. His congregation was the first in U.S. history to become the target of a mass shooting. Lane Lucky finds out how they conquered tragedy through the power of prayer.
It was June 22nd, 1980. It was a celebration of my third Sunday as pastor, and the church was packed with welcoming.
Norman Crisp has spent 4 decades dissecting an act of evil.
I seldom missed a Sunday.
His darkest day as a pastor started with him sick in bed. Then the phone rang.
It was the chairman of deacons. He said, "Pastor, we need you bad. A gunman has entered the church and has killed some of our people."
As he headed for First Baptist Church in Daingerfiled, a gruesome scene had already played out.
The first thing he did was shout, "This is war."
A hymn was interrupted by gunfire spraying the pews. People throughout the area listened in horror as weekly services were broadcast live on the radio.
So altogether he had 357 bullets. And the congregation at that time, we had over 300 people present that Sunday. So he had enough ammunition to wipe out the whole congregation. That was his intention.
5 people would die, including 2 heroes, the church members who tackled Alvin Lee King III. 10 others were wounded. King later turned the gun on himself after being wrestled out of the church and into the street.
I believe, and also so many others, that it was a vendetta against the people of the church, especially the members of the church who were also part of the school staff.
King was to stand trial the next day, accused of raping his daughter. The former math teacher reportedly asked several colleagues to serve as character witnesses.
And of course all of them refused because they knew that he had very serious problems.
As Crisp ministered to victims in the hospital, others got to work restoring the church from a crime scene by pulling up blood-soaked carpet and pews.
We were back in that building for that service, for that Wednesday night service. I preached on why trouble comes, and then we prayed, and then that next Sunday we had worship services there.
While the community prayed for healing, the judicial process dragged on after King recovered from his gunshot wound. One newspaper report said the professed atheist had even found God behind bars. But 18 months later, he hanged himself in jail.
This is where the shooting took place.
Brother Crisp looks back on his more than 14 years as pastor as a test of faith, a powerful but painful lesson about the gift of free will.
That was his choice, but he only got so far, and God took over. So he didn't permit the man to go any further. There were men with their choices to lay down their lives to stop him.
Their sacrifice has become a testament to the power of prayer. Crisp says his congregation chose triumph over tragedy.
The church grew, so what the devil meant to destroy, God built. The Lord did a wonderful work out of it.
Lane Lucky, East Texas News Weekend.